Come with us to Savi's workshop in Hollywood Studios where you can build your very own lightsaber. We will tell you all about this amazing experience, the cost, and everything else you need to know. Make sure you stay to the end where we tell you how you can have your own lightsaber battle in front of the Millenium Falcon with literally nobody else around.
Welcome to VO's Travel.
Where to go and what to see.
With kids.
Savi's workshop is located in Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World, so you will need a ticket to get into Hollywood Studios in order to make your lightsaber at Savi's workshop. This experience is much more than just walking away with a lightsaber, and I'm super excited to tell you all about it. But first, to get your reservation, you will need to open your My Disney Experience app. At the bottom, you will tap the magnifying glass, and then in the search bar, you will type Savi's Workshop. After that, you will click on Check Availability, and a calendar will come up. You will click on the date that you would like your reservation. Click Next. Tell them how many builders you will have, and then scroll to the bottom and choose the time that you would like your appointment for. It takes about a half hour total, so be prepared for that. Afterwards, you'll enter a credit card number, and that just holds your reservation. You pay when you get there. The cost to build your lightsaber is $250, and yes, that is very steep. It is a very amazing souvenir, but you're mostly paying for the experience, and let me tell you, that experience is absolutely worth it. Another thing to keep in mind is that these reservations don't typically sell out 60 days before your trip like some high-end dining reservations do, but you shouldn't wait till the last minute to make this reservation. They do sell out, and there is not a good chance that you will get it day of. So if you know you want to do this, just make your reservation as soon as you are able. When you arrive for your reservation, you do pay up front, and then you get to choose pieces of your lightsaber from 4 different categories. They are Protection and Defense, Elemental Nature, Power and Control, and Peace and Justice. After you choose what type of lightsaber you want, they give you a card, and you also get a pin. That is pretty cool. And you take that into this cave-like room. It is so beautiful in there. You are really, truly becoming part of the story, and you set your card down so they know what tray of parts to give you. And then your experience begins.
Yes, these are my fellow gatherers, and you may call me Heaven.
And then, after fully immersing each person there into the story, they start going over the Kyber crystals. They explain each color and what it represents. You get to choose your Kyber crystal as well.
Green, Qui-Gon Jinn, Ahsoka Tano, Master Yoda himself, and Luke Skywalker.
After they go over all of the colors, it's now your turn to choose your Kyber crystal, or maybe the Kyber crystal chooses you. And after that, they set out your tray of lightsaber parts. And remember, this tray is specific to what type of lightsaber you chose in the beginning. Either the Protection and Defense, Elemental Nature, Power and Control, or Peace and Justice. From that point, you get to choose 1 emitter, 1 sleeve, 1 switch, and 1 end cap. And there's between 2 to 4 of each of those pieces that you get to choose from. These pieces are all of very heavy metal. These are not plastic pieces, so what you're holding is pretty heavy, and it's a very, very good quality. And they make different noises too, depending on what style of lightsaber you chose. One thing that I did not cover at the beginning of this video that is very important: if you pay for 1 person to build a lightsaber, that person can bring in 1 guest, and 1 guest only. They are very strict about that policy. So make sure if you do have more than just 2 people in your party, you figure out who gets to go in and who doesn't get to go in when the time comes. And that guest is only there to watch. They do not get to build also. When you are done building your hilt, there's a little bit more storytelling that goes on, and it is just so fun to be in there. You are fully immersed in this experience.
Well done.
Next, the gatherers will come around and place your hilt in a special chamber. And then some magic happens.
What is happening?
With many parts you began. With the heart of the saber they are joined. Much more they will become. It is time.
At that time, you walk back over to your hilt and watch this.
Activate!
This was such an amazing experience and honestly worth every penny. The way they immerse you in the story as if you already don't feel that just walking through Galaxy's Edge. When you build a lightsaber in Savi's workshop, you are literally part of the story, and it is so amazing. You just can't get that feeling, that story anywhere else. This lightsaber does come with a very nice carrying bag that has a shoulder strap. And just FYI, we did not have any problems carrying the lightsaber on our airplane. MCO is very used to dozens and dozens, hundreds of people bringing lightsabers on the plane, and there was just no issue at all. And if you can't tell already, our children were just as amazed with this lightsaber as my husband was. And on a side note, if you're interested in what is in their light-up backpacks, you can also build droids in Galaxy's Edge. I have another video all about that. And while you're in Galaxy's Edge, make sure you check out Oga's Cantina. It was well worth the reservation. And now, to get the Millenium Falcon all to yourself, make sure you have a reservation for your lightsaber at park close, because when you leave, nobody else will be there. This was such a magical evening that we had in Galaxy's Edge, and I can't wait to go back one day. I hope you love it just as much as we do, and as always, I hope that you remember to choose joy and take all of the pictures.